Hi guys! Today I'm going to talk about my favorite and best longwear liners. Today I'm going to focus on pencil liners. If you want to see a video on gel liners and liquids and things like that, definitely let me know, but I'm going to focus on pencils for today because I find that those in general are the ones that don't stay on the longest. Gel liners are really great for lasting power, same with liquids because they do set to like a matte finish, so they tend to cling on to the lids. But pencils are the ones that kind of wash off the waterline and just kind of like fade throughout the day. So I'm going to talk about my favorites and ones that work for me, maybe some that don't work as well for me also. So starting with my number one favorite line of liners that I think everyone needs to try are the NARS Larger Than Life liners, and these come in a nice array of colors. I wish they had a few more colors. Like I wish they had a dark matte brown and like a couple different ones, but for now I have a nice selection of them. These, for some reason, stay on the longest for me in the waterline. I think it's because they're a drier, harder texture, so they don't actually like slide around or get mushy in there. They just kind of like set right when you put them on. They just like set and they just stick to your waterline. And they are a little bit harder, you know, in texture, I guess, than your average pencil, but I think that's why they last so long. So yeah, you have to be a little bit more gentle as you're applying it, or you have to like work a little bit harder to apply it, but in the long run, they're gonna last way longer than like a smudgy eyeliner would. They do twist up. Although they look like they don't, they do, so just don't be confused because I've seen many people come in who accidentally sharpened these and it kind of ruins it because they're not sharp and you don't want to put that near your eye. But definitely check these out. They're expensive, but they are really, really great ones. Next brand I'm going to talk about is Makeup Forever, and these are called the Aqua Eyes pencil liners. This happens to be in the color 21L, which is one of my favorites. It's a really basic like slate gray with a little shimmer in it. These for me are really nice. Nothing compares to the NARS and how they apply in the waterline, but these for me do last a good amount of time in the waterline. They're not very opaque. They're a little bit more sheer as they go on the waterline, but they're really, really great for upper lash line, lower lash line. I find that the color comes out more when it's not on the waterline. Like when it's on the actual like lid, it comes out a lot more opaque than it does in the inside of your eye. I really do like these. They're supposed to be waterproof. I find that they last a good amount of time, but really not like a astounding amount of time. Definitely not all day. I do have to like touch up if I really want it to look perfect, but overall I think these are a great option for someone who wants a softer pencil, who doesn't want to actually like have to work very hard to put it on, because these are very, very smooth and it comes in a huge variety of colors, which I really think is important. It comes in like a ton of colors, and so these are really great. You do have to sharpen these. Next are the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On pencils. I really don't like these. I don't know why. I just really don't think they show up. And a lot of times what I tend to do is use a pencil line in the inner rims, and then I use a liquid or gel on the upper. So most of the time when I'm buying a pencil, I want it to last in my inner rims, and this for some reason just doesn't. I can barely get any color payoff to ever show up with any of these colors. They're super, super sheer, and I just feel like they don't cling to the waterline. They're fine for like the upper lash line and stuff, but I don't normally use pencils for that reason. So for me, I never tend to reach for the Urban Decay ones. I don't think they're great at all. However, the Perversion liner is really great. All the other ones are very sheer to me. They're not very opaque. I just don't understand. This is a very, very opaque black. It's a totally different formula than the rest. It's kind of smudgy and really creamy, goes on really well in the inside of my eye, stays on for a good amount of time, smooths on really gently on my upper lash line. I mean, they're a little smudgy, but if you want like a smudgy smoky look, this is a really great one to go towards. So I really like Perversion in that line, but I don't like any of the other ones. Next are the Stila Kajal liners. I have a few of these. These are really great if you want a super, super smudgy look. Now, they do glide on the waterline really well. However, I don't feel like they stay the longest. Now, my friend Sarah, who makes videos, she always tells me that the black one is her favorite. because it's the only thing that does stay on her inner rims. I feel like they last a good amount of time, but they do really smear and kind of smudge underneath your eye throughout the day because they're so smooth. However, if you're going for a smoky, smudgy look, these are always the ones I will go towards. They come in, well, at Sephora only sells them in like 3 colors now, but Stila sells them in a ton of colors, and I love this one. It's so different. It's called Emerald. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. I'll be using this a lot when the new color of the year starts kind of like popping up everywhere. But I really do like these, but I like them more for a smudgy, smoky look rather than like a pristine line kind of look. Next is the MAC Feline Kohl Power, and I used to really love this. I don't exactly know what happened. I kind of stopped using it over this past year, I would say. But for me, this was always the one that I would go towards, and that would really stay on the inner rims for me. I think the one thing I don't like about this is that it's kind of hard. Like it almost kind of hurts when you put it in your waterline. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't like it, but for me this always really lasted a long time. It's great if you want a smudgy look because it never really sets itself. Like it always stays kind of wet and tacky, so you can keep blending it out until you got your perfect like color intensity smoky eye or whatever. I always found that this worked well in my waterline. I just found that it kind of hurt when I put it in there because it's a little bit harder of a texture. A lot of people have an issue with this smudging below their eyes during the day, and I can definitely see where they're coming from because it never really sets itself. Next one is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Eyeliners. I really hate these so much. I just don't like them at all. So what happens when you use these in the inside of your eye is that you put on one layer and it's kind of like sheer and not so opaque, and then you put on another layer and it's like getting there, it's kind of getting opaque, and then you go to put on another layer and guess what happens? When you're trying to put it on, it like removes itself, so it kind of like takes away where you already put it, and then you basically can't get liner in that one area because nothing will stick to that area on your waterline. It's just a really big disaster with these. I've had nothing but issues, and I really would not recommend them. Next are the same, and these are the last ones I want to talk about. They're the Mally Evercolor Waterproof Liners. They come in 2 different styles, I guess, but I think they're the same liner pretty much. One is just one that you sharpen, which is my favorite. Can't get it open. The one that you sharpen is my favorite, and then this one that you twist up is fine. It works really well, but I don't find that it's as easy to apply in the inner rims as the one that you sharpen is. This one that you sharpen is amazing. Like it's super soft, kind of smudgy, but it does set itself. I find that this lasts a really long time in my inner rims. I think it's really great. The way that it lasts and the way that it glides on is really nice because it doesn't hurt at all, and I'm like sensitive, so it doesn't hurt me at all. I can get a really good tight line with it. I can just get it right up in there and just kind of smooth it over because it glides on so smooth, but it really does cling to the inner rims. This one, as I was saying, the one that twists up is fine. Like it lasts a long time, but I find that it's kind of hard. It's harder in texture. So when I go to put it in the inside of my eye, it kind of hurts a little, and it's not as smudgy as the pencil one. So if I had to rebuy, I would definitely buy the pencil one that you actually sharpen. Not the biggest fan of the twist up, but it's not bad. It's just like kind of hard. I like it a little more smudgy. So if I had to recommend a couple, well, black liner, I've been using the Mally, the pencil, the one that you sharpen. I love that one. And then for every other color, I love, again, the NARS. So I would check out both of those because I think they're the best that I've talked about today. Makeup Forever is great. It's just not as good as the NARS ones are. Hope you guys learned something from this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!